Hi, guys. So, in one of my coaching sessions today, manifesting came up, and I told her that there are, I would say, three key aspects to manifesting that no one talks about. And so I wanted to share them with you guys here. The first one is expectation. You have to have a level of expectation. I remember the expectation that you're going to be getting your desire or what you're manifesting. I remember when I was going through my life coaching course, like almost 10 years ago, which is crazy. And one of my coaches was saying that you want to make sure that what you're manifesting feels like Christmas morning, that there's this knowingness. You know that you know that you know that you're going to have presents under the tree. You know that you know that you know that Santa is going to come. And when you have that same feeling of, I know that I know that I know I'm going to get this car. I know that I know that I know I'm going to get this person or this soulmate. I know I'm going to get this job. I know I'm going to get this home. When you have that feeling of like, of course I'm going to get this. There's this expectation, this sureness that you're going to get your desire, and you expect to get your desire. You expect it to show up. Maybe the timing is a little bit, maybe you expect it to come sooner than it's coming, but it's the holding the expectation of it. So I always like to say that expectation is a vibration that brings the manifestation. So just remember, hold that expectation and move through the world with that level of expectation. When somebody says, "Oh, how's that going? How's the building your business going?" Your response shouldn't be, "Oh, it's hard, it might take me forever." No, your response needs to be, "Oh my gosh, it's going great. Like beginning of next year, it's going to take off." How you respond to people, how you hold yourself, how you move through the world really communicates to the universe that you want this desire now and fast. And as soon as you are, a vibrational match to it, you'd like to have it. So just keep in mind that that is a huge aspect of manifesting is expecting that it's coming and not introducing doubt or any resistance into that desire. The next key that no one really talks about is that you have to align your emotions with your desire and with your thoughts. I think a lot of us are used to hearing that if what you think about, you bring about, what you can hold in your mind, you can hold in your hand. When you start to like learn about manifestation, you're learning about what you think about most of the time is what you're going to bring into your existence, which is all very true. But there's an aspect to that too where, you can't just be sitting on your couch like thinking, I want a Maserati, I want a Maserati, I want a Maserati. There needs to be emotion paired with that, this feeling of believability, like, oh, I'm going to get this. I feel really good about it when I think about it. There has to be emotion paired to the thought and how, again, you move about the world. So every time you see a Maserati on the street and you feel shitty because you are very present to the fact that you don't have it yet, you're not bringing that manifestation closer to you. So just keep in mind that in thinking about your manifestation and the desire that you're wanting to bring into your life, make sure that your emotions align with your thoughts about that desire and that you're not having contradictory emotions like doubt or jealousy or disbelief that this manifestation is going to come into your life because that is actually what you will end up manifesting. And so a lot of people have a hard time manifesting their dream lives, situations, careers, so on, because they don't realize that although they're thinking positive thoughts about their manifestation, they're feeling negative feelings about that manifestation. And then the manifestation isn't going anywhere, where it's not being brought into your existence. So keep that in mind too. The third key to manifesting that's rarely talked about is that you have to, and this is very hard, at least for me, to let go of the outcome. We love to control. It's such a human nature response. We love to control, and that's okay. However, when it comes to bringing in your manifestation, when it comes to bringing in the thing that you really desire, you have to let go of the outcome, especially the timing of it. One of my biggest manifestations have been my dog. I have always known that I wanted to have a Maltipoo. I've always known that I wanted them to be soft and, my little buddy and my companion, I want to be able to snuggle with them. I had very distinct things I wanted about this dog, but I also really let go of the outcome. Timeline, I didn't really care when the dog was going to come into my experience, or I certainly wasn't in a rush to have this dog be in my experience, but I was very open to when it did come. The next thing is that I didn't care if it was a girl or a boy. Um, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't care about that. Maybe you really, really, really wanted a girl, really, really wanted a boy. That's okay too. But for me, there was some energy of leaving space for things to show up, for things to fill in places that maybe I don't know is better for me. So when she did come into my experience, which of course was better than I ever could imagine, she was all of these things and more. So let go of what it could look like because by you controlling what that's going to be, what if I was very particular about this dog being black and all of a sudden I get a white dog and I'm like, no, 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 nope, that's not the dog I want, right? But it's like, I really left that open for let's see what shows up. And of course, I had to have a connection with her. If I didn't feel a connection with her, I wouldn't have taken her home with me. But really being open to when she did, when the physical manifestation of her did come into my life, that I brought it in because I held this energy of I'm okay when it comes in. So just make sure that in the process of manifesting your desires, that there is no resistance that you are introducing into your manifestation. And a lot of those times with resistance, or when you do resist, it comes from the need to control the outcome. It comes from needing it to happen now. It comes from needing it to look a certain way, and you're not okay with it looking a different way. Also, sometimes when we rush things, it doesn't always end up the way we want it. I remember my mom wanted this rug for the library, and she, at like 9 p.m., like went to the store to go get a rug because she just really wanted a rug in that room. And she rushed that process. And the rug ended up, of course, not being the rug that she wanted anyways. But because she needed it to happen, she was fitting a square peg in a round hole. It didn't work out as beautifully as it could have. And so just think about that when you are manifesting your desires, that you want to make sure that you're not forcing the peg when if you just waited a little bit longer, the perfect size peg will fit perfectly in the hole. So I hope that you took something away from that and that was helpful. And I would love to hear in the comments after you've tried this, or if you have any comments about this, or if this supports your experience, um, let me know. See you in the next one.